I, 28M, am a senior logistics analyst, which basically means my entire life revolves around spotting red flags and anomalies before they turn into expensive disasters. I'm a logical, low-drama guy. I value peace over everything. My ex, 26F, was the opposite. She was high-energy, ambitious, and sharp, or so I thought. We dated for 8 months, and for the first 5, it was great. Then the ex-problem started. She told me she was a 50-50 partner in a boutique fitness studio with her ex-boyfriend. She claimed they had unfinished business regarding the investment and that she needed to stay in constant contact to secure her financial future. I'm an adult. I get that life is messy. I trusted her. That was my first mistake. The business meetings started happening at 11 p.m. The emergency texts were constant. Every time I tried to set a boundary, she'd gaslight me, calling me insecure or controlling. She told me I was trying to stifle a girl boss because I couldn't handle her success. The breaking point was last Friday. I took her to a high-end steakhouse to celebrate a huge contract I'd landed at work. 20 minutes in, her phone starts blowing up. She's grinning at her screen, typing a mile a minute. I asked if everything was okay, and she snapped at me, saying the studio had a leak, and her ex was panicking. I told her it was 8:30 p.m. on a Friday, and surely he could call a plumber without her. She rolled her eyes and called me pathetic. Then she did the unthinkable. She pulled out her phone, took a photo of her drink, and posted a story on Instagram. I saw the reflection in the wine chiller next to us. The caption read, "Ugh, why are men so needy? Can't even handle a girl bossing up. Hashtag red flags, hashtag free me." I didn't yell. I didn't cause a scene. I just signaled a waiter, pay the entire $300 bill, including the lobster she hadn't touched, and walked out. I blocked her on everything before I even got to my car. Phone, Instagram, Venmo, LinkedIn gone. Saturday morning, I did what I do best. I audited her. I looked up the public LLC filings for the fitness studio. Guess what? She wasn't a 50-50 partner. Her name wasn't on the lease. Her ex was the sole owner. However, her name was on a $45,000 high-interest personal loan for the equipment. She wasn't a girl boss. She was a co-signer for a guy who was 3 months behind on rent. The address she gave me for their new expansion was actually a luxury apartment where the ex lived with another woman. She was literally funding his life while he played her. By Sunday, she was at my door, screaming that I was financially abusive for blocking her and leaving her at the restaurant. I stayed behind the security chain and told her I'd packed her boxes. She threatened to sue me for emotional distress and domestic partnership asset division, claiming we were common law married. We weren't, and that's not how the law works here anyway. She even threatened to go to the police and tell them I was obsessed and stalking her. Then the ex-boyfriend showed up. He looked like he'd seen a ghost. He begged me to talk to her because she had gone nuclear and was trying to pull her name off the equipment loan, which would trigger a bank seizure. He told me that if he went down, she went down. I just laughed and shut the door. Monday morning, I got a formal summons. She actually hired a bottom-tier lawyer to sue me for a settlement that happened to be the exact amount of her $45,000 debt. She also started a smear campaign on LinkedIn, tagging my company and calling me a harasser. My boss called me in, and I just handed him a folder with a steakhouse receipt, the screenshot of her needy post, and the LLC records proving she was trying to extort me to cover a failing business loan. I wasn't just defending myself, I was going for the throat. I called a mediation at my lawyer's office. She showed up with her ex, looking smug. She asked for $50,000 to make the lawsuit go away. I didn't give her a check. I gave her a copy of the whistleblower report I'd filed with the IRS and the Small Business Administration. See, I found out the ex-boyfriend was funneling the equipment loan money into a shell company to pay for his apartment. Since she'd claimed in her own lawsuit against me that she was an active manager of the business, she had just admitted under oath that she had material knowledge of his fraud. By trying to sue me for partnership assets, she legally tied herself to his crimes. The ex-boyfriend turned white, realized she'd led him into a trap, and bolted out of the room. Her lawyer followed shortly after, withdrawing the suit and praying he wouldn't get sanctioned for filing such a joke of a case. The fallout was beautiful. The studio was shuttered, and the equipment was seized. The ex-boyfriend flipped on her to try and save himself, telling the feds she knew about the consulting fees he was stealing. Because of her own court filings, she couldn't claim she was an innocent partner. She got hit with massive IRS penalties and back taxes. Her credit is destroyed. She lost her professional reputation and had to move back in with her parents to work a retail job. She wanted to be free of a needy man who paid for her $300 dinners. Now she's free of her career, her credit, and her dignity. I took the money I got back from the court sanctions and went on a solo vacation. It's amazing how much more you can enjoy a steak when there isn't someone across from you calling you controlling for wanting a conversation. If you enjoyed this audit of an entitled girl boss, subscribe for more. I promise I won't be needy, but I might be a little petty.